Hey everyone, this is Dawn here with a very brief video, and I'm going to add a link to a transcript of a video that I recorded. I wasn't sure if I was going to share it. I decided not to share it for two reasons. One, the wind noise was atrocious, and second, I'm not sure everybody would be interested, but this is like the transcript's maybe like 4 or 5 pages. If you want to read it, I'll put a link below to the file and you can do so. But just to sum up, the takeaway that I think everybody would be interested in is let's see how to share this succinctly. So I had an experience last night with a bunch of things coming through that seemed to be of the ilk of what I've been sharing along the lines of galactic codes, information coming in to prepare us for this transition that we're in now through the summer. And but I couldn't quite decipher what was coming through, and honestly it was a bit of an altered state kind of experience. I was riveted back to 2,000 years ago and then quickly to 5,000 years ago, which was the early kingdom in Egypt. And I also had a dream separate from that. And while I have like pieces and threads of it, it was just like, whoa, like a very, very odd experience. And then this morning, last night, in the middle of the night, I had another dream, and then this message very strongly of go back another 1,000 years, so 6,000 years ago. And I just had quite an interesting little experience when I'm like, oh, okay, what happened 6,000 years ago? And so I Googled it like innocently. And I was just like blown away by some of the threads for me personally, but also for humanity, and how many of the religious traditions trace the origins of humanity and creation itself, and the creation of Adam, meaning, humanity too, around that time period. And then it was like all of these various threads about how 2026, like I talk about it from my perspective, right? The spiritual, the things that I am given to share and that I just kind of know through my claircognizance. But this was a whole nother level, and it took me back to, I have a seminary degree, so it took me back to that. And some of the things I've shared before about the book of Revelation that are not directly connected, but they're very interesting threads. And then the last thing is what I think everybody would be interested in, which was that there was a very clear indication that the sacred architecture that is going to support us through the summer transition and into is grounded. I suppose the last couple of days, it seems like that was coinciding with the solstice, and that so there's the opportunity now to connect to that, knowing for all of us to do that, and to be, kind of in that place of grounding and at peace with that, in light of potentially deliberate things to pull us off that course. Because what was very clear, and what I did get from all of the time cycles and codes that are coming through, is that again, this idea that it's still up for grabs, like which timeline gets chosen, and so each of us individually play a part in that. So I'll put the link below to the file if you want to read that. I'll be back at some point to share more, but I thought I would just share that with you today. Have a great day. Bye.